तीसरे रेड रिबन एक्सप्रेस के सफल समापन समारोह का आयोजन नई दिल्ली स्थित सफदरजंग रेलवे स्टेशन पर किया गया। रेड रिबन एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन के माध्यम से देश के विभिन्न राज्यों में लोगों को HIV, एड्स जैसी बीमारियों पर जागरूक किया जाता है।
The first phase was launched in 2007 on the occasion of World AIDS Day, uniting India against HIV AIDS.
अगर हम इस प्रचार की गति और इंफॉर्मेशन हम ज्यादा तेजी से बढ़ाएंगे और एक वक्त होगा कि हमारे मुल्क से ये बीमारी खत्म हो सकती है।
Building upon the success of the first phase, the second phase was launched in 2009 in partnership with the National Rural Health Mission.
The train has brought together people's representatives cutting across political party lines and all departments.
This specially designed train has 4 exhibition coaches with information on HIV transmission, prevention and services. One coach is dedicated to reproductive and child health, malaria and tuberculosis. The 5th coach of the train is converted into an auditorium to facilitate training of frontline workers of all departments, local elected representatives, NGOs and youth, among others. The 6th coach is dedicated for HIV counseling and testing, STI treatment and general health checkups. Realizing the need to reach out to young people, the third phase of Red Ribbon Express was launched on 12th January 2012, International Youth Day, with a special focus on youth. A special exhibition coach was added with youth-specific messages. Interactive and fun, it was a major draw. Extensive use of hoardings, banners and other tools for visibility was done to attract people to the train. The stations bear a festive look, with people arriving from all quarters who proactively seek information while awaiting their turn to board the train. For those who cannot make it to the train, IEC vans and exhibition troops travel to their doorstep, serving the dual purpose of publicizing the arrival of the Red Ribbon Express and disseminating messages on HIV/AIDS. With strategic planning, Red Ribbon Express has proved
इस मौके पर मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में केंद्रीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री गुलाम नबी आजाद व रेल मंत्री पवन बंसल पहुंचे। समापन समारोह को संबोधित करते हुए स्वास्थ्य मंत्री गुलाम नबी आजाद ने बताया कि इस बार 162 रेलवे स्टेशनों की यात्रा तय की गई।
भारत सरकार ने रेलवे के मंत्री मेरे दोस्त पवन कुमार बांसल जी, स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय में मेरे साथी गांधी सेल्वन जी, नैको सेक्रेटरी लव वर्मा जी, स्पेशल सेक्रेटरी हेल्थ देसी राजू जी, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी नैको आराधना जोरी जी, सीनियर ऑफिसर्स भारत सरकार, रेलवे बोर्ड के सभी मेंबर्स और रेलवे के सीनियर कर्मचारी, डोनर पार्टनर्स, WHO और दूसरी एजेंसियां और फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स, NGOs और प्यारे बच्चों, आज के इस अवसर पर जब स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की 150वीं जन्मदिन मनाया जा रहा है पूरे विश्व में, और इसे भारत में और पूरी दुनिया में, विशेष रूप से जहां जहां भारतीय लोग उसे यूथ डे के नाम से मनाया जाता है। और यही कारण कि इस दफा पिछले 1 साल से हमारा जो फोकस था वो इस देश के युवकों तक पहुंचने का था। हमारे भारत की जो सबसे बड़ी संपत्ति है वो हमारा युवक और हमारी युवतियां। इन्हीं युवकों ने और युवतियों ने, इन्हीं नौजवान लड़के और लड़कियों ने आगे जाकर भारत के हर एक क्षेत्र में देश को मजबूत करने के लिए, देश का विकास करने के लिए, देश का काम करने के लिए अपने कंधों पर देश का बोझ संभालना है। और उसके लिए खाली शिक्षा प्राप्त करना ही काफी नहीं होगा, बल्कि स्वस्थ भारत तभी कहा जाएगा जब इस देश में रहने वाले सभी लोग स्वस्थ हों, और विशेष रूप से हमारे देश के युवक और युवतियां स्वस्थ हैं। तभी वो पढ़ाई भी कर सकते हैं और तभी उन्हें देश के निर्माण के लिए काम करने में रुचि भी हो सकती है। जहां तक नेको का संबंध है तो नेको ने 1 साल पूरा इस ट्रेन के जरिए जो भारत के कोने कोने में पहुंची, गांव गांव में पहुंचने का प्रयास किया, और इस 1 साल के लंबे सफर में 12 जनवरी 2012 से लेकर 12 जनवरी 2013 तक जो भारत का लंबा सफर किया, इस लंबे सफर इस ट्रेन के जरिए हम 1 करोड़ 14 लाख के करीब लोग तक पहुंचे हैं। उनको एड्स के बारे में, HIV के बारे में जानकारी दे, उनकी काउंसलिंग करें, उनको डॉक्टर्स जो इस ट्रेन में बैठते हैं वो टेस्ट करें, जहां टेस्ट करने की जरूरत है, जहां इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचाने की जरूरत है वहां इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचाएं, जहां काउंसलिंग करने की जरूरत है, प्रिकॉशन लेने के लिए वहां उसके बारे में जानकारी दें। ये कोई आसान काम नहीं।
और 1 करोड़ 14 लाख लोगों को HIV, एड्स और अन्य स्वास्थ्य मुद्दों पर जागरूक किया गया। रेल मंत्री पवन बंसल ने रेड रिबन एक्सप्रेस के तीनों चरणों की सफलता के बारे में बताया और कहा कि जल्द ही चौथे चरण की सेवाएं भी शुरू की जाएगी।
Johari ji, Love Verma ji, Mr. Raju ji, officers of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, members of the Railways Board, other officers of NACO and Railways Board, dear young students gathered here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a privilege for me to be associated with the closing ceremony of the third phase of the Red Ribbon Express. I knew that this train, which I had the opportunity to pass through now, had visited my hometown, my constituency last month, and was a big draw there. Lot many people, students and others derived tremendous benefit from this. And when we come to the conclusion or the concluding function at this third phase of the Red Ribbon Express, I can say with confidence that NACO, the entire NACO family, and all those who've been associated with the running of the three phases can look back to the past with a sense of satisfaction that the objective with which they set out with the first phase, they have succeeded in achieving that. HIV/AIDS is a scourge about which there are more myths than the reality in our country. I am confident that 2.5 crore of people whose lives you've touched or who visited these three phases of the Ribbon Express must have got to know that it is the right of anyone if infected with HIV/AIDS to live a life of dignity. If a person is infected by HIV, he suffered from human immunodeficiency virus which leads to AIDS, it's no stigma. It's only that ailment which can result in death. And therefore, it's awareness that has to be generated about the causes thereof and the precautions that have got to be taken. It has also to make people aware that we must not shun those people or shun the company of those people. We can very well live with a person who is infected by HIV. He's like any one of us. The only thing is he's unlucky to get infected with this disease. The number of, again I find from the short presentation that we had before us, that 2.5 lakh people have been trained, that must have included in the villages, members of panchayats, the panchayat secretaries, the Anganwadi workers, and a host of other category of people who have to interact with the ordinary people in the rural countryside. And that must have in fact benefited them. That must have equipped them with the necessary information about the knowledge that we ought to have about HIV/AIDS. And also, the indoor service that you were able to provide to the people, simple blood tests, consultancy, advice, would have also, in case of 1 lakh people, that those who have visited these three phases of the Red Ribbon Express must have benefited extremely from that. I am sure that with the conclusion of this third one, NACO, along with, we would be willing to come forward again. We launch the next phase of Red Ribbon Express at the earliest possible time. And I think, as you have been doing, we got to know it from Radhaji that there have been improvement every time a new phase was launched. The next one would have still more interactive programs. I'm sure it's quite interesting for the people to visit this. and students and others must have done with that sense of desire and curiosity to know about it. And the next one would have still further improvements thereon, with a large team of dedicated persons that you have to work for it. I'm sure you will devise more ways to make it furthermore attractive for the people. Shri Gulam Nabi Azad ji, while we were just sitting here, gave me an idea, and which I welcome outrightly, was that the 51,000 coaches that the Indian railway system has, why not that we, to begin with, but then expand that program to, at least on the frontage of the facade of the exteriors of the coaches, we print something like what you have here.